Question: would you let anybody steal from your business? Whoever, a friend, a family member, a stranger, would you let anybody steal from your business? And if you wouldn't, which the obvious answer should be no, then why are you stealing from your business? Stay tuned for this episode and let me explain more.
The Basketball Entrepreneur Show.
Recognize that you got what it takes to succeed.
Master the art of building your business to grow your basketball.
Get me on the court and I'm trouble.
And now your host and international pro trainer, Tim Springer.
So I can remember was when I was very first starting Spartan basketball. I was still going to college at UTSA, get my kinesiology degree, and I was trying to figure out how to run a real business, not just a side hustle, because I had watched all these other trainers and they were just running side hustles. And my instinct told me that if I was going to be in this long term, I needed to build a business and not just a side hustle. Well, a friend of mine, he was a colleague at UTSA, and he was going for his business degree. So he said, you know what, Tim, come to my house, sit down, let's talk, let's see, what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And it was good practice for him to consult somebody in business, and it was good education for me and how I could structure my business better. Well, we started looking at the finances, and the finances, it was not very calculated, not very organized. I was, instead of paying myself through the business, I was just taking money from the business and using that to buy things for myself or whatever it may be. And he stopped me and he said, Tim, would you let someone else steal from your business? And I said, no, of course not. I was kind of wondering, where is he even going with this, right? And he said, well, then why do you keep stealing from your own business? And I was just at a loss for words. I was stuck for a minute because I didn't even realize or think of it in that way when I was taking money from it or buying personal things for myself through the business account. And it really hit home that I was stealing from the business. And I know that a lot of you are out there doing the same thing. I know you are. And it's hard not to, especially if you have a business account and a business card and maybe you're tight on personal money at the moment and you want to buy this thing or whatever. But, the things you got to be able to do is delay instant gratification. You've got to be able to manage your finances within the business and make sure they're managed in a way where you're paying yourself, that your personal needs don't come to that situation. So many of us in this business of training basketball players are so passionate about helping and so passionate about the game that we would do this for free if we could. And I understand that. I completely get that because I was the same way and it actually hurt my business for a very long time. But because of it, we don't think ahead of hey, is there a budget for my own personal payment? Is there a budget for me to be paid through the business? And because of that, we end up stealing from our business. So the biggest thing you can do in all of this, of course, is go back and look at your art and math. If you're not sure what that means, there's a podcast or video wherever you're watching this on YouTube or podcast channel, and you can find the episode where I talked about the art and the math and put that into your budget. You have to be paying yourself. And you've got to do it in a regulated and organized way. Otherwise, that will come back to burn you too. Because if you start paying yourself all this money and then you're short on the expenses of your business, that's going to come back to bite you as well. So ultimately, takeaways from this: stop stealing from your business. Start organizing your business where you can pay yourself a good enough payment where you're able to afford your personal expenses and be able to save and invest and everything else you're trying to do personally. They need to be separated. They are not one. So stop stealing from the business. Subscribe to this wherever you're watching this or listening to this, because there's more coming like this. There's more value coming. 2022 is the year where I'm really going to be aggressive about helping trainers get to where they want to be. And from there, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going through all these challenges, through all these learning lessons, through everything you got to figure out. Keep going. It's worth it in the long run. See you on